Oh no.
Oh my god, it's Jeremy. What do you want? We're not selling it.
You're not selling what?
Come on in. Welcome to my humble abode, viewers, patrons, subscribers. So this is where all the magic happens. This is where Hedorah lives, as you can see. You got a fat, what is this, a glass cabinet right here? We got one glass cabinet there and one glass cabinet over there. Where exclusively Hedorahs live. I don't think there's anything else on either of these. Yeah.
What about up there?
Up here is a mishmash of my partner and I's stuff. We got some Heracross, some Pokemon, some Jujutsu Kaisen. We got a router. These guys, probably some of my favorites. I couldn't tell you who made them. I forget. Karadix has one. I don't think these are it. Is it? No. It's not.
We could easily pick one up and
we
check.
added it right here in post. I was able to get these. Paid too much for that.
Jesus Christ.
Cat stuff all over the floor. I got two cats, Mole and Wagyu. Maybe they'll make an appearance later.
So what attracted you to collecting Hedorah toys?
I'll be honest, I thought a little bit about this because I felt like you were going to ask me this question. And I feel like it is the most malleable, literally and figuratively, character in Godzilla. You can make a design of Hedorah and you know exactly who it is as long as it's got like one or two of its like trademark, you know, if it's got the droopy hands or like the eyes, you know it's Hedorah. And I think artists just really run with that and kind of make really unique sculpts and everything for him more than any other Godzilla property character. Hedorah, you could just really have fun with it. So that's what got me into Hedorah. Come on in.
So what is this space here?
This is my computer room where I do computer things. Let's close Discord. But it's also where I keep the majority of my toy collection. And I'm seeing I have one Hedorah up here, so I lied. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is where the main collection resides.
So how long have you been collecting toys in Japan?
I've been collecting since, I would say, even before I got here. Obviously, I was a big collector in the States as well. I didn't import too many things, mainly SH figure arts and like tokusatsu stuff like Kamen Rider and Sentai. But I left almost all of my collection from back home, back in the States. The only things I brought over were some Transformers Beast Wars figures and I think two sofubi Hedorahs that I had just purchased right before I moved. Everything here, minus maybe like 5 or 6 pieces, is purchased in Japan. Maybe 10 of those figures I've imported, ironically, from the States here. But everything else I've bought in the 4.5 years I've been living here.
Tell me a little bit about some of your collection, because it's kind of all over the place. There is some organization I can see, but let's start over here, because I know in videos we've talked about your fascination with this character.
Yes, Robocon. I don't remember how I stumbled upon him or why or the reason for me getting attached to him, but I just fell in love with this character. As I attempt to grab something without knocking everything over. It's just, you know, it's such a simple design he's just so cute, so round. Usually his stomach opens like that, and you've got this like crazy intricate mechanical parts inside. I'd say like 90% of the figures and things have something like that. He's deathly afraid of cockroaches. So a lot of the figures come with little cockroaches.
I didn't know about the cockroach thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
All right, so you may be thinking, wow, this guy lives in Japan, and I don't see any Dragon Ball stuff. I thought everybody loves Dragon Ball. Everybody loves the English dub of Dragon Ball.
Having these balls makes me feel something that resembles joy, I think. I want to caress them.
I made a rule that I wouldn't buy any Dragon Ball anything, because there's entirely too much of it, and I would just go broke if I was to buy everything I liked. Now, I have broken that rule a few times. If you look over here, I did buy the SH Figure Arts Future Trunks when he came out. That's maybe the first time, and then actually right next to him is Master Roshi. I try to stick by that rule because there is entirely too much Dragon Ball.
Baldy!
So you're an Evangelion fan too, yes?
Yes.
So,
but,
so you were saying Dragon Ball having way too many things to collect? I would counter that with, I think Evangelion might have Dragon Ball beat. However, you have, I think, your own strategy for collecting Evangelion stuff. So could you tell us about that?
yes, so along the same lines, I've limited myself to one character, well, 1.5. Misato and Eva Unit 1, because it's my favorite Eva. But I have maybe every single Misato figure minus garage kits. If I'm missing any, let me know. And then also let me know where I can buy it so I can complete my collection.
So I've noticed one thing that I see kind of scattered throughout various places is a lot of Godzilla-specific Godzilla stuff.
Yes.
When did you start collecting Godzilla specifically?
Godzilla specifically, I would say I actually started later in life than most collectors. I was maybe 28, 29, living in Florida. You know what? It was around the time when the King of the Monsters movie came out, is when I really kind of said, you know what, let me start getting some Godzilla figures. I probably had some as a kid, like growing up, but it didn't stick with me like other things did until a lot later in life. And yeah, so I've got Godzilla stuff sprinkled around just about everywhere in the house, really. From sofubi to keshi to lighters to just weird stuff, lamps, you know, everything. So I've got a few mini favorites, I guess. Jaguar being one of them. I feel like they've increased the amount of figures they've been making of him. In Japan, he's not, you probably know this, but he's not as popular as he is in the Americas. But absolutely love him. Just killer design. He doesn't get enough love here.
What happened here?
I was visiting my partner's house, and their dog got to all jet here. Another character that I absolutely love from the Godzilla franchise is Mothra. I mean, you know, just a giant moth. Like, come on, you could do anything with that, and they not. You could do it. You could do it. Have you ever had a dream?
Have you ever had a dream that you want some.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Okay.
Mothra.
Mothra. Yeah, Mothra, giant ass moth. You know, look at this thing. What's not to love?
You want him to do you so much you could do anything?
I don't have enough room for everything. I have things under beds, I have closets full of stuff, and quite constantly I have stuff on the floor. Things that are too big to put anywhere, or I just haven't had time to find a spot for them. Very often the floor will be littered with new and old toys. So one of the other things I've been getting into is Warhammer. I've always been into Warhammer, but I had never gotten into the miniatures until very recently. So about a year ago, I started painted it myself. It's a nice hobby if you like creating things.
You want him to do you so much you could do anything?
So you said that you collect Godzilla, and you mainly only do Godzilla, Mothra, Titanosaurus. I see some King Ghidorahs, but you know, that's a given. But, what's this?
This is the first sofubi I purchased when I moved to Japan. I got an email. Well, I emailed to order it, and I got an email back, said the size and the power of this thing was about that of a baby goat. And so I knew I had to get it. Final form? Is that what you call it? Or
Yeah, well, there's two of them, right?
Well, I mean, so that's flower form, right? But this is the final form, like Frieza.
I want to caress them.
There's actually more than two. There's like 8 right here, dummy. You know, if we want to get specific. 4? I don't know what happens.
Have you ever seen Godzilla vs. Biollante?
Not yet. Oh my god.
Cut there.
That grew real quick.
What the Okay, so we touched on some of the stuff that you collect, but there's way too much stuff to, I think, talk about in one video.
Way too much.
Yeah, so like you've got like Gamora collection from Ultraman. You've got various Ultraman items as well, and Gamera stuff. Lots of Kamen Rider.
Digimon.
Let us know in the comments what you would like to focus on, and maybe a follow-up in the future.
Certainly on the ball today, Captain Ginyu. If you were a dog, I'd scratch your belly. If you were a cat, I'd give you warm milk until you started to purr. But since you're neither of these, I'll just say thanks for a job well done.
It was my pleasure. You know how much I enjoy serving your Horned Highness.